Hello, my name is Harun Ahmed, and this is my video recording for my project. And for my question, I'll be doing number 4, the infinite series, a geometric question. All right, for the scenario, let's give you the scenario. Harun abandons his old life to travel around the world on foot. Sounds like my type of guy. At first, he's really bad at it. That sucks. Only traveling 90 miles his first week, but each week he travels 5% more than he did the previous week. Doing alright. So that's our scenario. And our problem. What is going to be our problem? If the pattern were to continue, so he just doesn't stop, he just keeps going and going and going and going, 5% each week, which is kind of crazy if you ask me. What is the distance Harun will travel a year from now? Alright, so let's see what we have here. First, we have to identify what we have. We know that 90, our first week, 90 is our first term because it's the first week, and our common ratio, or R, is 5%. Or we could just convert it into 1.05. That will also work because we can't really multiply 5%. This will just make it easier. So what do? We know it's an infinite series because it just continues forever. It doesn't stop. So we use the infinite series formula. So we have our sigma notation a r to the power of n. Or you can see here it just goes by a plus ar plus ar to the power of 2, ar to the power of 3, etc., etc., etc. And that's basically it. And this is our test to see if our question follows that formula, an infinite geometric series formula. And how could we test this? Well, let's just go on to Mathway. 0.05. So 94 and 5% of 90 is 4.5. So, and then 4.5 plus 90 is 9.5, which is what we got. 4.5. But how would we know it? But will it continue in that same way? So just the power of 2, 99.225 is what we get next. So we know that it will continue that same way because 5%, 94.5, that plus 94.5 equals exactly what we got. So we know that the infinite geometric series formula would work for this question. So we could just continue and continue and continue. But now we have two options to solve it because we're only interested in adding up everything, adding up all 52 times. Now that's pretty tedious, but it would be more precise. But there is more than one way to find it, so we could use the sum. We could find the answer by finding the sum. So for infinite geometric series, the sum would be S equals A minus 1R. So our first term, 90 over 1 minus 1.05, which will equal negative 1,800. Now that wouldn't make sense, not to me, because that would mean that Harun would have traveled negative 1,000 miles, which is just impossible. So, is there another way we could find the sum and maybe find our answer? Well, there is another way. The partial sum formula, Sn equals A times parentheses 1 minus R to the power of n over 1 minus R. That's the partial sum, but that's usually used for finite series. But we could use it to maybe find our answer. Maybe it won't be as accurate, but it could work. So we just plug in what we had, 90 for A for the 90, the ones, and R with the N as 52 because there's 52 weeks in a year. And what do we get? Our answer would be 2,100 and not, I mean 20,957.05 miles. Now we can't really use this as our answer because we don't really know if we were to add up all the entire series from 90, 94.5, 99.225, etc., 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 would actually equal what we have. So sometimes we just have to do the hard way, which is exactly what I did. So I just went and did the entire series following our formula and what we did beforehand for our work. And so 9V plus 94.5, 99.225, and this is practically the best way to find the answer, even though it's the longest, the most tedious, and tiresome, boring way, because the answer is just asking what is the distance Harun will travel from a year from now, which is basically asking, you just have to add up all the miles, 52, all 52 times in the series. So if we were to add them all up from 90 all the way to 1,137, what I did is I kind of sectioned them off into parentheses. So from from N1 to N10 in its own section, own parentheses, plus term 11 to term 20, etc., etc., all the way to 52, to kind of simplify it and make it easier to understand. So here, and then what is our answer? 22,094.325. So that is our answer. That is the precise. It's pretty close to our sum, but that's just the sum, not the exact amount of miles Harun would have traveled. So that's basically our answer. By using the infinite geometric series formula and by adding up all the weeks together to be as precise as possible, we know that if the pattern were to continue, Harun would have traveled 22,094.325 miles within a year's time. That is how I got. That is basically how you have got the answer, and that is my question for infinite series for my project. I hope you like it, Professor, and I hope you have a very blessed day.